Can't hear you. Yeah, can't hear you, Suzanne.
What the heck is that?
Okay, sorry, I muted myself by accident. So now I have to figure out how to mute you guys without muting me. There was before a place to do that, and now I don't know where it is.
I think we have to mute ourselves.
Okay, will you please all mute yourself then? That would be great, because I can't seem to find a place where it says to mute all. Okay, we're rocking now. So sit nice and comfortable. And so if you have a block in your blanket, sit on the block in the blanket so that your hips are up higher than your heels. Find your sit bones. If you're sitting on a chair, that's fine as well. And then bring your hands to your heart. Just take a minute to center ourselves, our awareness within. Find the body, find the breath. Still mind. Somebody still has their sound on. If you just mute yourself, that way that your sounds won't be in the video. Take this moment to be still. And bring your hands to the outside of your ears, fingers together. And we'll just draw energy forward, in front of our face and down towards the heart. We'll do that 2 more times. Feel the energy between your hands. Draw the energy forward and down. Last time. Pause. Feel what's going on. Draw the energy forward. Bow to the divine within. Set an intention for your practice today. Your hands to your lap and slowly open. And welcome. Okay, so first what we're going to do is we're going to take our blanket, whatever size blanket you have, it doesn't matter, just roll it up a little bit. So I want to do a lot of practice today on the legs and lower body strength. And then we'll end in a more relaxed fashion. But we just want to make sure that, because maybe we've been sitting a lot over these time periods, and we just want to, so I'm going to put the blanket, if you can see, I'm going to turn to the side here, on top of my calves. And then I'm going to push the blanket down and sit down. If you don't have a blanket with you, you can grab a pillow, you can take your block. I don't know if anybody recognizes these blocks, but they're the old-fashioned blocks from a long time ago, Mark Raymond. So you sit back on a block. Really, you can put anything back there just to sort of compress the calves and draw the shin bones back. And the last class that we did on Tuesday, I focused a lot on the breath and breathing into the rib cage in all our yoga poses. And I'm going to kind of run that theme a little bit in this class as well, especially when we're doing something a little bit more strenuous. Now, if you can't bend your knees here, then just lie down on your back and hug your knees into your chest and just compress the calf and the hamstring together. That's all that really matters. So anybody who has knee issues, okay, that's where you're going to go. And what you should be feeling is a little bit of a release in the muscles, the soleus muscles, and maybe feeling the connection of the floor or your yoga mat to the top of your legs. Good. And then you come on up and take the blanket out now and curl your toes under and sit back on your heels. So again, if you're having knee issues today, then you can just come to standing and just flex the foot this way, okay? So there's alternatives for every pose, so always, I'll try to keep that in mind as we go along, or unmute yourself and just tell me. I think somebody still has their mic on, but I don't want to take the time to find it, so it's okay. So we're just gonna feel the weight going back on our heels, feel the toes, again, pressing in. So we're just waking up the bottom of the legs. Good. And then bring the feet and let them lay flat again. And this time you're going to pick up, so sideways here, you can see I'm pushing my toes into the floor, and I'm drawing my leg forward, my shin bone forward, and I'm bringing my knee back just to stretch the top of my foot. Because we've been wearing boots all winter and heavier shoes. It's so nice now to be able to go walking in our running shoes. So again, if you have knee issues and you can't do this, then you can do this as well. You can just drag the foot from behind you so that you're stretching the top of the foot. All we want is that stretch here. Okay? And then we'll do the other side. Draw the knee back and draw the shin bone forward. I'm trying to push it towards my wall there. Good. And then exhale and then we'll go into Adho Mukha Virasana. So I'm just going to turn the other way because I kind of like have no hair on the one side. It looks awful in the video. That's very vain of me, but here's where we are. So toes together, knees wide. And we're doing Adho Mukha Virasana. So we want to keep the buttocks down. We don't want to be lifting up. We want to draw the sit bones to the heels. And you're going to slowly walk your hands out. Give yourself time. Walking your hands out, walking your hands out. Don't drop the head, because remember, when you drop the head, then you no longer have the ability to get that length that you want in the torso. So we're going to keep the head up until we go to our mats, and then we're going to let the head drop down. Breathe in the pose and breathe through the rib cage. So we want to send our ribs left and right. We want to fill up our whole chest with the breath. Very important for our immune system. That's why I keep harping about the breath. Or maybe I'm not harping, maybe I'm just reminding everyone. It's so important for our immune system. Develop this ability to take deep inhales and exhales. Good. And then we're going to walk ourselves back. And we're going to come up to sitting. And then we're going to come up to standing. And we're going to work, like I said, today's a little bit about the legs. We're going to work the legs and a fair bit. So the first thing I want to do is stimulate the muscles in my calves and my shins. And so I'm coming up onto my heels. Again, I'll turn to the side so you can see. And I can even hold onto my fireplace here if I lose my balance. But what I don't want you to do is take your foot out and splay it like this. So if it starts to come out that way, then you have to go less, okay? So we're just coming up, holding and drawing down. Up, holding and drawing down. Up, holding and drawing down, okay? Good. So that was the first sort of waking up the legs. Second is we're going to bring our knee up to my chest. I'm going to turn sideways for you again. So I'm going to bring knee up towards the chest without changing my spine. So if If I'm rounding my spine to bring the leg up, again, just go left. So I'm bringing my left leg up, do your right, doesn't matter. One side, holding, 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 and then exhaling and release. Good. And then we're going to do the other side. Right leg up, holding, not changing the spine in any way. Finding Tadasana, in fact, in your pose. Good. And then exhaling and good. All right. Now we're going to do a little chair pose. All right. So find your Tadasana. Shift the weight into the back of your heels. Connect pubic bone and tailbone. Hug all the muscles of your legs, of your muscles to your legs. Okay? Connect abdomen and lower back. We're drawing into the midline. Put space between your hips and your ribs. Turn your palms out. Inhale and lift your arms up over your head. So every time you lift your arms up over your head, you are strengthening all the muscles down the side body. Okay, so we're going to be doing this a few times. And then exhale and bend your knees, shift your weight back into chair pose. Breathe while you're into the pose. Keep the length. Make sure you're engaging core. So that's that lower left, pubic bone to belly button, hip bones together. Drop the tailbone, drop the weight back into your heels, and then inhale. Come on up to standing again. Now, just for variety, we're going to take a forward bend. So get that length, hinge up the hips, come forward into a nice forward bend. And I went for a walk today. I sat at my computer. My hamstrings are a bit tight. So I'm going to keep my knees bent and just service my spine first. So lift my sit bones up. Connect my abdomen to my thighs. I want to squeeze them together, but then draw the belly in and out. Isometrically draw your feet away from each other. A little bit more room to go deeper into the pose. Good. Inhale, come halfway up. All right, and then exhale, we'll go down again. Inhale, come halfway up. You know how I like to add movement into the pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. And as you come halfway up, squeeze your shoulder blades together and bring your breastbone further, even more. There's a lot of space between the pubic bone and your breastbone. Exhale, forward fold again. Let's hang out here a little bit. Push through the heels, draw the sit bones up, engage your quads, lift kneecaps up. Push your front of your legs back so that the sit bones open up more. Isometrically draw your feet away from each other. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, come all the way up. Exhale, back to the heart. Okay, so now we're going to challenge ourselves even further. I'm going to stand to the side to show you this. We're going to go into this squat, okay? But again, I don't want you to round your butt. Keep a nice straight back. Then you're going to lift your left foot up and try to get your heel towards your buttock. And then with the right leg, you're going to come up and down. I'm just going to do this 3 times. Not a long time, but it's tough. Plus, I'm having to keep my balance. 2 and 3. I had to put my toe down. Sorry. And then exhale and release. Okay? And we'll do the other side. Okay. Find your Tadasana. Come into chair pose. Lift your opposite leg up towards your buttocks. And just come up and down. Using a little dynamic movement here. And I'm trying to keep my balance. You can have a chair if you need to, or you can use a wall. And then exhale. So one leg is quite different than the other. Okay, so next, we're going to go back into this hip lift here, this hip strength there. Again, we don't want to change our pelvis. Only this time we're going to extend the leg out in front hold. Let's hold for 3. 1, 2, 3, and then draw the leg back. So you might be feeling the glute in the standing leg. You might be feeling the quads working really nice and hard. Okay, find your Tadasana. Lift the leg up again. 1. Extend it out, and then we'll count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And there we go. Okay. Awesome. Okay? So that is exerting for sure. Let's take now a wide leg forward bend. Okay? Heels out more than the toes. And we'll do a forward bend again. And this time we're hinging at the hips. We're going to keep a nice straight back. Okay? So no folding, no rounding into a C shape. Sit bones up. Sit bones apart. Isometrically draw your feet away from each other. And again, lots of space between your pubic bone and your breastbone. So we want this length in the front body. You can even place your hands on your hip and draw your shoulder blade, your elbows together. And then inhale all the way up. Use the force of your legs pushing out to draw yourself back up to standing. Bend your knees. Come back into Tadasana. Okay, so now we're going to work the feet again, going back down to the feet. So we're going to take now the feet out like as if we're doing that ballet position. We're going to, I think it's third position, right? And then again, we're going to inhale, lift. Okay, and then exhale. So if you're feeling any cramping in your legs, don't worry about it. Just your muscles protesting a little bit, but it will pass. It means your muscles are weak. You're gonna cramp your legs. Okay, so we did 3 times and draw back down. Good. All right. Now one more. So again, I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. From that chair pose, we're going to go down here, and this time we're going to lift the left leg up and try to come kind of like in a warrior. And we're going to try to hold this for 3 counts. 1, 2. So notice straight back. 2, 3, and then exhale and release. Almost tipped over. Okay, other side. Find your Tadasana. Your legs should be starting to protest by now. They should be saying, okay, yeah, Susanne, you're working me a bit. Okay, so here you go. Chair pose. Lift leg up. Actually, I'm doing the same leg both times. Okay, bring it behind you. Almost like you're going to do a dancer's pose. Count 3. Come on out and release. Good. All right, so back into Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a few breaths here. If you're feeling some heat in your body, you're feeling your heart work, that's what the whole purpose of this class is. We're getting a little bit of movement here, we're getting some things going. Inhale up. Okay, exhale, chair pose. Exhale further into a forward bend, Uttanasana. Shift your feet away from each other. Isometrically draw them away. Lift the kneecap, engage your quads, and push them back into the hamstring. Lift your sit bones up. Feel the curtain of the heel, the outside edge of the heel, pushing down as you lift the sit bones up. Hands are on something, focused on something, let your head drop. Lift the inner thighs up. Try to straighten behind the legs by lifting the kneecaps up further. Good. And then inhale, come halfway up. And inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale back to. Okay, so all of that warm up was to make our standing pose really amazing. So we're going to take a nice wide stance. Again, not too wide though, not as wide as a Trikonasana, but just wider than hip for sure, okay? And the first thing we're just going to do is lift our arms out. And we're going to do a little, this is actually an old-fashioned Trikonasana from the old days. And we're just going to do a nice side stretch. So we're going to drop the right hand, bring the left hand up towards the ceiling, contract the side body, and just do a nice side stretch with a wide stance. Inhale up and bring the arm back. Now, as you do these poses, think about what you're feeling in your body, because we want to do these poses so that we're opening and changing habits that we might have, right? So explore this. Your back should never hurt, by the way. Make sure you're pushing the pubic bone and the tailbone together, and the abdomen and the sacrum together, getting the length in your body. Inhale, lift your arms up. Remember, it makes us nice and strong to lift our arms up. And then exhale, come over to the left and get that nice side stretch going. Hold for 2 seconds. We're not holding this particular one that long because for some people it doesn't feel that great, and that's what I want you to explore. Is this the pose for me or not? As I said in my previous video class, if you can't breathe in the pose, if it doesn't feel good, then you don't really own it, okay? So bend your knees, step together back in Susanne. And this time, we're going to take a much wider stance. So go as wide as you possibly can with your feet. And again, if anybody needs a chair or a wall, please use it if you feel like you're going to lose your balance. Shift the weight onto the back of your heels. And we're going to pivot the left foot to the, sorry, I said left, but I did my right. We're going to pivot our right foot to the short edge of our mat. Okay, that's, again, lift our arms up, turn the palms over, make sure the shoulder blades are drawing together. The chest is lifted, and then we're going to turn just the palms down, just the palms of the hand, okay? And then you're going to bend your knee into warrior 2. Now, we've done all this leg warming stuff up, so the legs should feel good in the pose. And we want to sink the hips down, okay? But not move the body this way. Okay, so the pubic bone, the belly button, and the middle of the breastbone, the middle of your chin all stay together. All you're doing is deepening that front hip. Pubic bone and tailbone draw together. Arms can stay up, unless you have a shoulder issue. It's myself talking here. Okay, and we're going to hold this pose. My hips are sideways to the long edge of my mat. My right knee is over. Good. And then come on back. Turn both feet back in. Make sure you maintain that long stance. And pivot your left foot. Find that you want to square your hips to the long edge of your mat. So we're not lifting this forward. Shift the weight onto the heels, particularly the back heel. I want you to really focus on that back foot as you bend the left knee. Okay, we're bending the knee. We're shifting the heel, the weight into that back heel to keep the center of gravity in the pelvis. Okay, find alignment. Inhale, lift the arms up. And you can play with this a little bit. You can move your arms back and forth and just see, where does it feel best? Where does it feel best in your body? As you're here, can you hold the pose and breathe? And can you breathe into the ribcage like we talked about on Wednesday? That's how we know it's the right pose. And then inhale, come on out, and then step together. Find your tabata. You can always jump. If I jump in my house, it makes a lot of noise. My cabinet rattles and all that. So I'm not going to jump today. Okay. All right. So we're going to take a wide stance again, and we're going to do Virabhadrasana, warrior. 1 this time, okay? So we're going to pivot both our feet to the right. So the right foot comes to the short edge of your mat, then you pivot the back foot so that those toes are pointing forward, and you square the hips as best you can to the right short side of your mat. Then you're going to inhale, lift your arms up over your head. Yeah, we're developing strength in the upper body at the same time. And then we're going to exhale and bend our front. Lift your pubic bone, draw your tailbone down. Feel the contraction, even accentuate that a little bit more. That buttock has to come forward. All right, and then here we are in Warrior One. And you might be able to get that front thigh parallel to the floor, or you might not. Breathe, enjoy what you're doing. Feel the psoas here. The more you contract the buttocks, the more open the psoas will become. And then inhale, come on out. Almost lost my balance there. Okay. Come back into your star pose. In fact, if it's really nice if you can even keep your hands up the whole time and just pivot. Okay, and now we're going to do left foot forward, the left side of our mat, and we're going to pivot the back foot. So our hips are facing the short edge of the mat. We're trying to be as even as we can with those two hip bones. Okay, and exhale, and drop the front hip so that the knee is bent. Engage the back glute. Find pubic bone and tailbone drawing together. Pubic bone lifts up as the tailbone draws down. You're getting that length in your side body. And then see if you can, maybe on this side, do a little back bend at the upper back, at the thoracic spine, by drawing the shoulder blades in, lifting the breastbone up. Good. And then exhale, release. Turn the feet inward again. Come back to Tadasana. Well, if you're, I'm talking, but still, you should be feeling the heat in your body. You should be feeling like maybe you've done a good work. You've got one more sort of strenuous pose to do, and then we're going to work the legs in a different way in a few minutes. Okay, so hang in there for one more pose, standing pose. And it's going to be Virabhadrasana 3. So do the best you can, because balance is an issue here. For sure. Take a wide stance. We're going into the same pose we just did. So we're pivoting both of our feet, squaring the front hips, inhaling and lifting. Okay, this time we're going to bend the front knee. We're going to come forward over that knee and lift. Okay, and if you can keep your balance great. If you need a chair, if you need a block, if you need to touch the floor, doesn't matter. What I want you to focus on, we're focusing on legs today, is so the standing leg is holding all your weight, and to lift this leg, you've got to use your quad, you've got to push through the heel, you've got to use your glutes, okay? So that's all good stuff happening, especially if you've been sitting a lot, okay? And then come back into that warrior pose. I kind of fell out of it a bit, but there we go, okay? And exhale and release, and step back, and now we'll do the other side. Okay, take a deep breath. All going to be worth it. Left foot forward, right foot pivot so the toes are pointing towards the short edge of your mat again. Pivot the hips, inhale, lift up. So a variation, if you're having difficulty with this one, is to hold on to a chair, hold on or reach for a wall, whatever you have at your house, like I said. We're going to come over that front leg, we're going to pivot forward or shift our weight forward, and we're going to, lift up this back leg. Come out of the camera here, but it's okay. Get the idea. Okay, so leave that for you. There you go. So, maybe if I'm tired, I might have to use the floor or use the chair, whatever I need to sort of make this happen. What I want to work on is that leg. It's kind of a variation on warrior, be all ready for your big rest of the day. Okay, come back to standing. Okay, inhale up. And exhale, forward fold. Ah. So again, abdomen and thigh need to be connected, and we want to draw the two of them together, the abdomen and the thighs. We're hugging them together, but then we draw the lower belly in and out. And then inhale, going up to standing again, and then exhale back. Good. Okay, so now I want us to come down to Supta. So most of the rest of the class will be more about stretching, and I didn't tell everybody to get a belt, so I'm going to show you both ways to do this, with a belt or without. Okay, so we're going to lie down on the floor. Okay, and you can put something underneath your head if you want, or your little pillow or your little blanket. I'm just going to fold up my mat. And if you don't have a belt, you're just going to grab behind your leg, and then you're going to extend the leg up towards the ceiling. Okay, and what I like to do here, I actually like this variation a lot, because what you can do is you can take your hands behind your thigh, and you can push the hands forward and the thigh back. And also what happens is this hip, this left hip, I got my left leg up, has to go towards my right heel. So I'm going to push the outer hip back. So that works really well. So if those of you who have a belt, your arsenal of tools, you can do plain old Padagosana with the belt, whatever you like more. You have a choice there. Okay. If you're not wanting to get down on the floor and sit in a chair, put your hand behind your thigh again and extend the leg. We're trying to get a stretch in the back of the hands. Also, I like to hold the belt so that I have a nice straight arm and not straining my arm. So just hold that, and we'll breathe into the belly of the muscle. We're breathing into this belly. Feel like everything's feeling pretty copacetic. It's pretty nice. You can maybe try to challenge yourself a little bit more by bringing the foot a little bit closer to your head. It has to be open. The leg has to be open for you to do that. So keep drawing the kneecap up towards your hip or down towards the ground in this piece, and engaging this quad. This thigh muscle has to be really, really engaged and pushing back. As I said, the outer hip pushes back. All right, then slowly release, and we'll try the other side. So right knee comes up the chest. If you're not using a belt, you're grabbing behind. Interlace your fingers, grab behind, push. If you can't use that, you can even use like a tie or something back there if you can't reach. Okay, so hands behind, extend the leg, draw the kneecap up. Push the right hip towards the left foot. Push through the ball of the foot. See my upper foot? It warmed up those feet. You have a nice point flex. Okay. Then I'm going to bring my hands towards my head and push my hamstring into my hand. So I'm really getting a nice hamstring stretch. If you have a belt, as mentioned earlier, grab the belt and that stretch. Now we did a lot of glute work, and so we're going to extend the glutes next. Our next glutes. Breathe into your hamstring, engage the quad, draw the kneecap down towards the floor or towards your hip. push through the ball of the foot and the heel. It's like I'm trying to get my foot to go up on the ceiling. Is that reminiscent of the church that we teach in, because my ceiling is crooked as well. So back memories. Okay. Yeah. And then exhale. Beautiful. Okay. So now, as I said, we're gonna stretch the glutes, and there's a lot of different ways to do this. We can bend our right knee, put our left ankle on the knee, and then again interlock behind the leg and bring the leg towards you. If that doesn't work for you, you can do the sitting version. Okay, so you're going to take ankle onto the knee. Good. And you can even do this in a chair. It works really well. Just sit on the chair and put your ankle up on your knee. So there's a lot of different isometric motions we can make or movement that will help us go deeper in this pose. My glute is already talking to me a lot, but it never hurts to go even further. So one thing is I can push the top ankle, my left ankle down into my right knee, make that isometric contraction, hold it for a bit, and then release and see if that helps. Yeah, we're working buttocks, piriformis here. And the other action that we can do is we can push our hand into our knee and push the knee back up into the hand. And hold that for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then release, and see if that helps as well. Okay? So, other side. Whichever variation you want to do. I'm going to go back down to the line because that's where I started. This time I take the right ankle onto my left. It's called 4 pose. Okay, so you take your hands through the legs. Again, flexing my foot. First action. Second action, the knee coming towards my head, the ankle coming away from my head. Pushing the two together. Holding, and then I release that hold. And I see if I can bring my knee in a little closer to my head. I take that hand, my right hand on my right knee, push them together. My knee coming towards my head, my hand resisting. And then exhale and release. And just drop your legs to the floor. Very, very nice. Okay. So let's do butterfly pose here. So we're going to bring the soles of our feet. Take your hands onto the floor. Lift your back up a little bit and draw the shoulder blades together. Then let your hands drop down. Just take a minute to be and just breathe. Breathe into the inner thighs. Breathe into the legs. Breathe into the pelvis. Feel your sacrum. You have that natural curve in your back. Now we'll push the soles of our feet together. Again, a little isometric action to make things a little bit more exciting. Pushing the soles of the feet, particularly the lower part of the foot, that lower edge, the outer edge, the big toe edge. Then release. Just let that work that you're doing. Just let it. All right, and then bring your hands to the outside of your legs and bring your. We'll come up into bridge pose. So again, we're using our legs for this pose. Although this is considered a back bend, today I just want to use your legs. And we're going to do this in two ways. I'm going to challenge you a little bit. So the first way is you're just going to lift up, okay? And depending on what level you're at with us today, you might just be able to lift up a little bit, and that's okay. Even if you just do a little pelvic tilt, that's okay as well, okay? So just push your feet in and lift the hips towards the sky. Again, I walk my shoulders in even further, and I can hold this pose. Draw my tailbone towards the inner knee, and then when I said I was going to challenge you, lift your leg up towards the ceiling. Push your right leg up, 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 or your left, whichever one you decided to left. Hold, count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Bring the leg down. And release. Have to do it again. So we have another side. So push your feet into the floor. It's your legs that are doing the work here. Okay? Your back, you know, your abdomen and your lower back are squeezing together. And your abdomen is drawn down, it's engaged. The legs have to do the work. Okay? So we lift it up, we're holding the pose. Might feel this side is a little harder. Lift that leg up towards the ceilings and lift. Now, if you can't do this, just stay in your bridge pose. Remember, no one's watching you. I cannot see anything. All right, so lift up. Hold for 3. Come on down. And then exhale and release. Oh, that felt good, right? All right, take the legs a little bit wide. Maybe as wide as your yoga mat. And we're going to do a little bit of a windshield wiper. Now, you cannot work the legs without doing this final rectus femoris stretch. That, you guys know that I love this stretch. And we need to do it more. We need to do it so that our both hips rest on the floor. So let me walk you through it. So you're going to take your left leg, you're going to take your left heel and have it in line with your left sit bone, okay? And then you're going to walk the left foot outwards, okay? So I'm walking it towards you guys, towards the camera. I'm walking it to the left. And so that might be enough for me right there. That can be a pretty intense stretch for some people, okay? So it looks almost like I'm in an L shape with my leg out to the left. And then I take my right ankle and I put it on top of my right knee. Sorry, my left knee. And the weight of that leg is what's stretching quads. Okay? You're going to do that, by the way. So here I am, I'm hanging out here. Now, the foot, that's my left foot that's on the floor, it has to be flat. So you want to be doing that point flex, pushing through the balls of the feet, lifting the arch, toes should be pointing towards the right side. And if your knee hurts in this pose, you need to support it with a pillow or a block, okay? So your knee should not hurt. Or take the leg off and just draw the knee away from your head. That can be enough, Then you walk your left foot in, back to starting, find that starting bridge idea again. And now I'm going to walk, I'm going to turn around because maybe you can't see. And also the room is getting darker as we go along here. Something I didn't think about when I was thinking of 7 o'clock. Okay, so we're going to walk the foot out now. So I start with my right heel in line with my right sit bone. Leave the knee where it is, but I walk the foot out. It's kind of awkward. It's like kind of a weird configuration, but you end up in an L shape with that leg, okay? So this is where I am. I end up with my foot here. All right. Light up. Okay, then I take my left ankle and I drop it on top of my right knee. So when you get this recording, feel free to stop the recording, of course, and hold these poses longer than we are doing here today, because that would be ideal. Breathe into the area that's tight for you. Use your breath. And go. So this is that upper muscle right up here in the quad. And then again, release, walk the leg back, hug the knees into your chest a little bit, maybe do some circles across the spine. And our very last pose before we go into relaxation or shavasana is going to be stretching the quads. So we have lots of options here. The one option is to lie on your side, grab your ankle with your hand or a strap, and bring the leg back. Now you want to extend the other leg and keep your knees in line, engage the glutes, and feel that stretch in the quadricep of the leg. If that's not enough for you, sorry, distracted a bit there. If that's not enough, you go full Virasana. Put your hands in and sit in between your feet. Now, if you can't get down to the floor, put your blanket. If that's still not enough, I'm thinking of you, Janet, here right now. That's still not enough. If that stretch doesn't work, by the way, those of you doing the one side on your side, go ahead and do the other side. But if you're really open in the quads, then here's where you want to go. You want to drop back into the pose. Maybe you can all drop all the way to the floor. This is, of course, full pose. So maybe you won't go there. Really breathe into the quads and really feel. Belly in and up. Make sure you have no pain in the lower back. All right. And then come on up. Whew. So Virasana. Of course, if any of those variations didn't work, there's always the standing variation as well, which we could have done as well, just coming to stand. I'll just show you for next time and then doing this variation. Okay, so that works as well. Okay, so let's just go back into Virasana. Wait, can you turn the sound up? Sorry, I just had to, I can hear myself talking from upstairs. Toes together, knees wide, and we're going to again come into Adho Mukha Virasana. How does it feel now, and what's happening in your leg? So if you contract your calf and your hamstring together, you might be able to sink a little bit deeper into this pose. Breathe and lengthen. Walk your hands back. Keep your knees together. Chop. Let's do a nice. Breathing into the lower back. Connecting. Then take your hands and extend them out in front. So extend the chop pose. lean forward, curl your toes under, and you can either just do some cat and cows here, or I would like to end today with downward dog myself, because I feel like I need to make sure that my legs feel really good, and that I might even be able to get my heels deeper down towards the floor because of everything that we did today. So I'm just trying to prove to myself that, yeah, this really works. So kneecaps up, quads back, lifting the sit bones up. Oh, I like it. And then I'm going to walk my feet up towards my hands, bend my knees, connect abdomen to my thighs, grab my hands. One elbow grabs one hand grabs one elbow, the other grabs the other, and I let my head drop. Knees are bent quite a bit. Let your spine, like, let the head drop. And we're going to slowly roll up. So roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae by. Okay, so for our relaxation, for our shavasana, grab, if you have a home bolster, grab that. If you don't have a home bolster but you have a pillow nearby, grab a pillow. We're going to, I just want your head and your upper body to be a little bit higher. You can fold your blankets. So let's say you have a blanket of some sort of a towel, fold it up, lie that on your yoga mat, put maybe your pillow on top, just so that we have some kind of a slope going on here. Okay, so we're going to lie in front of the blanket, not on it, in front of the blanket, and then we'll lengthen and come down. And we'll lie in Shavasana. Let your legs relax. Shoulder blades in as we always do, so that the palms are facing upward. I feel like we accomplished a lot, and I do apologize if I went too fast today, but you guys keep lying down there, and I'm going to walk you through some breathing, some pranayama, pranayama. As I keep saying, I'm going to keep saying it, the breath is so important for our immune system. So we want to make sure that we're taking these full inhalations and exhalations. So as you lie, first of all, close your eyes. Let everything sink. Let your muscles relax. Let the bones relax. Let them be heavy and let them fall towards the floor. Then let the muscles relax. And let your belly relax. So often we hold tension in the abdomen. And for the next couple of breaths, just exaggerate your inhalation. Exaggerate the ballooning of the belly as you inhale and the spreading of the ribs. And then exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale, expand the belly, expand the rib cage. Exhale. Now, on the next breath, think more rib cage and chest. So inhale, expand the rib cage, expand the chest. It's like a three-dimensional breath. The front and the back of your body expand away from the midline. The sides of the ribs expand. You're really full with breath, and then you just exhale. You know, we traditionally exhale out of our nose, but it feels better to exhale out of your mouth. Then feel free. Okay, one more. Inhale. And expand, expand, expand. Your body, that 3D image, really filling out like there's a balloon in the center and you're making it bigger and bigger. So your body has to expand with the breath. And then exhale. Just return to your natural breath, whatever that might look like. Soften. This pranayama, there's no effort. Let's say no effort. That took some effort, what we just did. But eventually it should feel so natural. It should feel so easy. But sometimes we have to work together a little bit. Your natural breath now. Eyes closed, forehead soft, arms are relaxed, legs are relaxed. Then everything sinks towards the floor. You said bones are heavy, muscles are soft, skin and tissue. Almost as if it's a drape over your body. Exhalation. Then we'll start just 1 or 2 rounds of Boloma. You're going to inhale, take a deep inhale. And then you're going to exhale a little bit at a time. So it's an interrupted exhalation. Inhale, exhale, stop, exhale again. Stop 3 times or 4. And we turn to our natural breath. Again, inhale. Interrupted exhalation. Let a little bit of the breath go. Stop. A bit more go. A bit more for the rest. Feel your natural breath. Okay. And then we'll do 2 the opposite way. We're going to take a natural or an interrupted inhalation. Inhale, stop. Inhale, stop. Inhale, stop. Fill up all the way. Then a big exhalation. Natural breath. Interrupted inhalation. Inhale. Stop. Inhale. Stop. Inhale. Pause at the top. Build up all of the breath and exhale. Just return to in your own time. Shavasana. You're welcome to come out. Want to stay there. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Inhale, stretch your arms up to your head. Take a big inhalation again, and then exhale and just drop your hands down to the floor. Hands up towards the ceiling. Wrists in line with your shoulders. And stretch, pull up, and then exhale and your knees up towards your chest if you're ready to mat. Just me and stay in Shavasana. Roll gently from side to side. Roll over onto your right side. You're ready. Pushing your hands into the floor for support. Slowly roll yourself up. Sitting. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I'll have to work on some lighting. I think it's okay now. My husband put the light a little closer, but we don't have any overhead light. So, you know. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for hanging in there. This is going to be over soon, and we'll see each other in person again very, very soon. I'm going to turn off the recording, but if anybody wants to stay and ask any questions, they can do that. Coming close to you now. I'm going to unmute you as well. Oh, you can unmute yourselves, actually. So I'm going to stop the recording.